Popcorn World. Popcorn World.
Can I make you groove now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in the back of a can. I can make it rhyme and groove and the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. The Popcorn World.
Here's what you missed on the press. Now it's time for Believe in the ACC with our starting lineup. From Florida State, number 17, Charlie Ward. From Morehead State University, number 50, Lloyd Span. And from Murray State University, number 2, Kendrick Haskins. Get ready for the best sports show about the ACC in all the land. Believe in the ACC starts now.
Scoop in, y'all, we got it. 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 Scoop in, y'all, we got it.
That's how we go. This is how it games. The press and pro. That's how we go. This is how it games. The press and pro. That's how it goes. This is how it games. The press and pro. That's how it goes. This is how it games. The press and pro. And now, get ready for Kendrick Haskins and Lloyd Spence, the press and the pros. Let's go.
To quote one of our media brethren this morning, when you are running like you're running from child support, you have to do things and you have to pivot. You have to do things to make it work. And typically, at least one show a year, we have to combine shows into one and do what we call a mashup here at Noise Media. So this is your mashup show. This is Kendrick Haskins. I'm Lloyd Spence. We both host both the press and the pros and Believe in the ACC. So today you're getting both.
You know, they're saying you never see two people in the same place at the same time. Well, you seeing us at the same place at the same time?
That's not true today. That is not true today. It's the same thing going at the same time. So, as you can see, we are both repping our press and pros situation with some Laker gear and some FAMU gear. So, and we were repping to Believe in the SEC calls. I'm not changing clothes, though. I'm not changing from this. I'm too tired people. Things are going on, and I'm tired. So this is what you get today. All right.
Shout out to Coach Junior whenever he gets.
Shout out to Coach Junior, wherever he is. I'm sure he's having a good time. We'll probably see him for the other side of this mashup here in just a little bit. So when he gets here, he'll gas up the car and come on in. And then there you go. There you go.
When he gets done with one of his important meetings, he'll gas up the car and take us along with him to the gas station.
Yeah, we'll be right there for all the deals. I've never seen him do though. I've never seen him go in and get like a breakfast burrito or something.
I don't do that either.
You don't get a breakfast burrito? Well, but y'all don't have like great gas stations though. Like y'all don't have like
we've got a Wawa now, and
there's a Wawa in Louisville?
There's a couple of them there, yeah.
Where at?
It's one on Barstown Road, and there's one out Dixie Highway somewhere.
Oh, dude, you got to try the breakfast burrito. You have not lived until you've tried a gas station breakfast burrito. That's good living.
That doesn't sound like it.
It is. It really is. I know it sounds crazy.
we got a Buc-ee's down by Bowling Green.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Buc-ee's. Listen, this ain't your granddaddy's.
I've never been to a Buc-ee's.
Oh, you gotta go to Buc-ee's. But when you go, you got to plan to be there for a little while. It's not an in and out situation.
See, that's the thing. It's like I would only go because the only reason why I'd be down around Bowling Green is if I'm going somewhere.
Right.
And when I'm driving, going somewhere, I like to get there. I don't like to sightsee and spend time in Buc-ee's.
Typically, I'm the same way. I'm exactly the same way. But I also have daughters. I'm a girl dad, and when you have women, you already stop. That's just what it is. So if I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna make it worth my while. So we stop at Buc-ee's. So there you go. All right, Press and Pros. Because by the time we come back on the air, the NBA season will have already started. We want to come and give you some predictions to get you ready for the season. Now, I have my own personal disclaimer that I'd like to offer before we give these predictions.
Yeah, sciatica?
I do not. Knock on all the wood. Like, what are we doing with the sciatica prediction?
Got sciatica. Next thing you know, he's going to have gout.
Well, oh my God. Listen, if ever there was a sign that it's about time to wrap it up, it's that.
It's sciatica.
When it's all starting to come down like that, fam. I know what you think you feel, but your body said, hey, what's the old Dave Chappelle thing? Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
It's the opposite of the old R. Kelly song. Your mind is saying you yes, but your body is telling you no.
Right. First of all, shout out to you on the vocals. That was good. It is clearly saying, fam, wrap it up. It's over. We're coming to the end of the road.
Up, B.
Wrap it up, B. So my predictions today will be based solely on the teams we are seeing October 16th will not be the teams we'll see by the middle of the season. I think a lot of these teams are going to look vastly different.
All by December.
Right. Well, because this is a go-for-it year for a lot of teams, especially in the East, because why not? There's no Jason Tatum. He probably won't play until sometime next year, if he plays at all.
He ain't playing this season.
I don't think he's playing that season either, despite the videos that keep showing us on the internets. But I think this is the year that people are going to be like, let's go for it. Let's figure it out.
Especially out east.
Yeah. So we may come back mid-season and do another prediction once the dust has settled in February. But for now, these are our predictions. So there you go. All right. So let me give the banner. There it is. Press and Pros NBA prediction. Okay. So there you go. So we decided to do it a little bit differently this year, and we're going to go with the Eastern Conference. And just who are your Final Four? We can talk about a lot of teams, and at some point on the Press and Pros show, the normal Press and Pros show, we'll get into who's doing what. The Russell, God bless the Kings. Russell Westbrook finally has a home somewhere. Although that was a weird signing. I don't necessarily get that one, but I don't get most of the
I
things
don't get anything
do.
the Kings do.
Right. So
That's just
it wasn't
par for the
surprising from it wasn't surprising from that perspective. I just but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. But who are your top four, or who you think will be the last four standing in the Eastern Conference once the dust settles? And again, this is your October prediction. I'm sure it will change at some point.
Yes. I'm going to go Knicks.
Okay.
I'll go Cavs.
Okay.
I think Atlanta's going to be there. And then
Atlanta. Okay.
Atlanta. And that's not my most shocking four.
Oh, okay.
The Celtics.
The Celtics still.
I think the Celtics will still be there. I like what I'm seeing from Anthony Simons. I've been. We'll give you all the R. Kelly.
not all. Pause. Hella pause.
But I like what I like Anthony Simons in general. I especially like what he's going to bring to that team when Jason Tatum comes back. But I think they still have enough, I think, to creep into that fourth position. If it's not them, it's going to be Detroit.
Okay. All right. Well, you're right. That you got me on that one. I'm going to go a little bit different here. I actually like Detroit a lot. And I think the fact that they probably come in with one of the most complete and continual teams, meaning that they haven't had to make a lot of changes.
Continual?
Continual. I went with a word. I made that word today. That word exists.
I don't think Merriam-Webster
it works. But doesn't it work, though? It's continuity. It works. So, I'm going to Charles Barkley that thing right now. I think they have the most continuity, or one of the teams who has the most continuity in the East. And this would be a great time for them to kind of make that next step. So I think they're going to be there. I love that they play defense all season long. I think they should be very, very interesting. I'm going Magic. I am. I like the Bane thing. We've talked about that before. I'm a big fan of that move. I think it's the move that may free Paolo Banchero up once and for all to go blossom as a player. So, because it did for Ja. So, even though Ja couldn't stay healthy, but it did free him up.
Well, Paolo's not exactly the healthiest player.
He's not there. He hadn't been healthy either. But I'm sure part of that is because his back gets tired from carrying these jokers off. But because the Wagner boys don't stay healthy. Like, it's just a team that if they could ever stay healthy and stay on the court all at the same time, you can see what they can really be. Then my last two are, despite the Malcolm Brogdon retirement, which I'm not sure if that made a difference one way or the other, I'm going to go with the Knicks. And then I think, listen, if ever there was a time that the Cavs were going to do something, this is the time. Mm. This is the time. You can't line up any better than this for the Cavs. So I'm gonna say they take advantage of it. I like the headspace that Donovan Mitchell is in. He seems, now that he's engaged, he seems like a grown man. He seems more mature and more settled. And I'm like, happy life, or happy wife, happy life, maybe. Let's see, happy spouse.
He's always kind of been that way, though.
Well, I would say, I think he's a player that plays with a lot of pressure on him, and a lot of it is self-inflicted. Like, it's probably more pressure than there actually is. At least that's how it always felt in Utah, and then even the last year at the Cavs, it seems like when it goes wrong, now he's like, okay, I got to do something, and I don't think that's the case now. I think he's kind of starting to realize it's gonna be all right, and even if it's not, my wife is hot. So that's a good place to be when you're Donovan Mitchell. So those are my four in the East. In the West,
the West is difficult.
The West is difficult. There's a couple that I think are you can kind of book them. OKC, you can book that. I think
OKC,
they're gonna
yeah.
be right. I think they'll be fine. Matter of fact, I think they're going to get off to another hot start because they have again the most continuity in the conference. Like
If they stay healthy, they can chase 70.
they can. I don't think they will, but they can. They can.
They can.
Yeah, they definitely could because I just think they're going to be really, really, really good, and they're going to be tough to deal with because they're going to just pick up from where they left off, which is not where everybody else is starting. So, but I like them. I like obviously I like the Lakers, and I think they're going to be better than people think that they're going to be. Houston not having Fred VanVleet is
Fred VanVleet, yeah, really does.
That's a big deal. And again, they're gonna do something. It's just a matter of what it looks like. I'm gonna tell you who I really like. I like the Spurs. And when I saw Victor Wembanyama run through somebody's chest, I was like, oh, he's running through chest now. That's an added component to his game because he wasn't running through chest before. Now he is. And so if he's gonna run through chest, shoot threes, and have great footwork on the low block,
it's a cheat code. He's a cheat code.
Hey, good luck. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not fair.
That's true. And he's growing, and he's still growing.
It's not fair. I mean, it makes you want to turn the game off if you're playing 2K.
100%. Because
you can't play with the Spurs. If you play him, and you can't play with the Spurs.
Well, you can't play with the created player, which is what he feels like he is.
Right.
Like, you can't be 99 in everything. What are we talking about right now? Like, Jesus, okay. I think the Spurs are going to be a massive problem. A massive
Especially
problem.
with De'Aaron Fox, yes.
Yes. And then I think, and they're going to play, he and Wemby are going to play so well that it's going to give the young guys time to fall into their spots. So they'll cover up, especially on the nights where they're maybe a little bit relief on the Portland nights. Although the Portland nights can get interesting as well. They might be my sneaky team. I don't know.
On the Pelicans nights when Zion's not playing.
On the Pelican nights when Zion is taking, stayed in the buffet too long and was like, I'm gonna sit this one out. So I think my teams are San Antonio, the Lakers, OKC, and I'm probably gonna go Denver. I mean, it's Denver. It's Jokic. No one has figured out Jokic in 5 years. It's probably not gonna start now. So
right,
So those are my four.
I think my four. I think, of course, OKC. I think Dallas is going to be in that top four. And then I'm torn. I do think your Lakers are going to be better than people think, but I can't put them ahead of Minnesota, and I don't think I can put them ahead of Denver. So I do think the Lakers will be. They're not going to be in the play-in. They'll be in the five, maybe in that fifth slot. I think it's 4, 5, 6. Yeah. But I don't think I can put them ahead of Minnesota and Denver.
Okay, so Minnesota and Denver are your
and I'm sticking to my Dallas is going to win out in that trade.
Okay, that's fair. It'll be interesting to see. I think we're probably. It sounds like we may end up in the same spot when all is said and done as it relates to the finals. But let's see. We'll keep going and find out. So that was Eastern Conference. That was Western Conference. So your championship game, Eastern Conference championship game.
As much as I love to laugh at the Knicks when they lose, I think the Knicks will be there.
Okay.
Just because the Knicks fans are funny when they lose.
They are. They are.
I don't even have like any ill will towards the Knicks. It's just I've got friends who are Knicks fans. But when they lose, fun watch. It's funny.
Because it's self-torture. It's self-torture.
Because they get so excited over the slightest thing.
Yeah. It's and then they overreact on the slightest thing. You're like, it's not that. It's not what you're making it out to be right now.
And then I'll like you said, if it's not this year, when for Cleveland, so I'll put Cleveland in there.
Okay, there you go. I think I'm probably the same Knicks Cavs, though I will say Detroit is my sleeper team. There's something about what they're doing there, and when you commit to defense the way that they have, that typically produces some really good results. And they kind of remind you of a poor man's OKC.
A little bit.
We'll see.
A little bit, yeah.
So we'll see. But
they have the best arena announcer in the league.
100%.
Detroit basketball.
100%. But I'm gonna go Knicks Cavs. In the West, I think I'm gonna go OKC.
I'm leaning towards Denver, maybe, because I do like the addition of Valanciunas.
A lot of people love that. A lot of people love Valanciunas and the Browns being back, although they're a lot older now. The only, and I know this is going to sound so homerish, but I do have an explanation. The only reason I give a slight, and I mean very, very slight, like they're going to have to crawl and fight and whatever. Just because there's a revenge factor that I think Luka is going to have, because I could easily see either him or Wembanyama winning the MVP, which we'll get to in a minute, only because they're going to be the angriest in the league. Because I don't know if you heard the rumors or not, but Wemby's running through chess now. That's his thing. So I just think, but that's who I have in the championship game. That's not who I have in the finals. In the finals, it's OKC and the Cavs for me. I don't think anything has, and with all the movement that has happened so far, none of it to me means that anybody got better than OKC in the West. Not yet. So
I think it's going to be a while. OKC. I think it's going to be a while before somebody's legitimately better than OKC.
Yeah.
Not to say that they can't be beaten, but top to bottom, they're going to have the best roster in the West for a while.
Without question. And picks and room to make any improvement that they want to make.
Yeah. Even if you come and swoop some of their players, which is inevitably going to happen, they have the picks to replace them. I mean,
that's a team that's not worried about anything.
That is the best GM. The best GMing that's ever happened in the league.
He may get a statue outside of OKC himself.
Yeah.
Like
next
sitting
to
at
SGA.
a desk. Right. Sitting at a desk with a pen or something. I don't know. We love you, Sam Presti.
Sam Presti deserves all the accolades.
Yeah, I'm saying OKC and the Cavs. That's my finals.
I think I'm there with you. Even though the Cavs still have they're still kind of in a prove it mode.
I know.
They gotta prove it, but I think they should have enough to beat the Knicks. And so, yeah, I'm with you on that. It should be Cavs and Thunder, and then if it's that, then all the casuals will be like, "Oh, it's not the big names." Blah 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 blah.
I think if it comes down to that, that'll be a really great finals. Much like last year, Indiana
are built similarly. If you look at how the Cavs and the Thunder are built, they're similarly built. It's just the Thunder has a few more pieces. I'm still going to go with the Thunder in the finals, but they are built they are almost mirror images of each other.
I have the Thunder in another hard-fought 7-game series. I don't think the Thunder are built to dominate in the sense of they're just going to run over the league, but they are built to outlast you. And you don't have enough night in and night out because their bench is deep. They're just deep. There's 10 guys that they're going to come in with 5, and then those 5 are going to sit for a while, and the next 5 is going to come, and the drop off ain't that far. So I think that's the secret sauce in OKC is that they're probably deeper than you are, and your guys got to go do Herculean things to win, which is probably why Tyrese Halliburton got hurt the way that he did, because what it takes to beat them, if you're not that deep, is you got to go play 48 minutes a game for 7 games, and nobody's
Right.
proven they can do that. So.
And after playing 3 or 4 series before that.
Yeah, right. So it's just not an easy task. And that's now, again, these predictions are predicated on where we are today. It will not look like that at the end of February. I just don't believe that. I think people are about to make some massive changes.
There's gonna be. I think there's gonna be a lot of in-season movement. Like I said, I think Houston's gonna go out and try to get another point guard.
Yeah.
I think Golden State's going to make a move in there at some point.
Yep.
And so, yeah, there's going to be some movement.
All right. Who you giving awards to? Let's start Rookie of the Year.
Nah, it's going to be Cooper Flag. All he has to do is be healthy and he's going to get it.
Yeah, he's going to be in the starting lineup from day one. He's going to have the ball a ton. Even though the ebbs and flows are going to be way more significant than I think people realize, because I think he will have a solid rookie season, but I think people are definitely getting fooled by what's happening in preseason and summer league, and like, oh man, he's gonna, like, even last night I was hearing people, man, it's gonna be one of the, no, it's gonna be a typical rookie season. It will. I even heard a lot of LeBron comparisons. I'm like,
I've been hearing that too. Kendrick Perkins said that the other day. He's like, he's the white LeBron. I'm like, let's pump the brakes.
He is not.
Let's let the kid play some games first.
Right. He is a solid player.
He's a really good player, and I'm a fan of his. I've been a fan of his since he first popped on the scene when he was still in high school. But let's pump the brakes on the LeBron comparisons, please.
I think that's a bit much. I do enjoy watching him play. I think he's going to have some solid moments. I think he'll have some highlights where he'll catch some people off guard, like, oh, I didn't know he could do that. And then once he's done it, then he won't be able to do it again. So that it'll be that kind of season. But yeah, Cooper Flag, it's his to lose at this point.
Yeah. He'll have a couple 30-point games.
He may break out a few. DPOY, I think my man in OKC runs away with it this year.
Runs away. If Wemby's healthy, I think Wemby's going to be right there. I'm almost willing.
Did I say run away? Did I say run away? I apologize.
You said it like 3 times.
I did. I heard it. I heard it when I said it, and I was like, you know what it is? I'm looking at the Spurs and I'm saying OKC's name, and that's my fault. That's my fault. I saw you run through that man's chest. That's on me. That's on me, baby. It's on me, baby.
Because when you said OKC, I was like,
I meant Victor Wembanyama. I actually, no, God,
maybe
no.
SGA.
No, if anybody is going to be Jalen, it won't be. If anybody's going to do something, it'll be Jalen. But I don't think it's Victor Wembanyama to lose. This is the first time we're going to have a legitimate defensive player of the year that everybody respects in a long time. Yes, I'm looking at Rudy Gobert. I'm looking at him square in the face.
Oh, Rudy, you can't look Rudy square in the face.
I don't want to look Rudy square in the face.
Yes, that's.
Yeah,
he'd have to be sitting down.
Yeah. I think Victor's gonna torture people at the rim. Like, it's gonna be hard, but he'll also be on some highlights.
Yeah,
there'll be some people like, I'm gonna dunk on you. They're gonna at least try it.
Yeah, I got him, and it didn't even count.
Right. He wants to it'll be interesting to see what Ja does this season. It's gonna be very interesting.
They're an interesting team.
Yeah, that's one of the teams I'm very curious to see.
I feel like this is a make or break year for that blueprint.
Well, at some point you got to decide what that is.
Yes.
Either it's a championship duo, or it's starting to be a waste of money, and you got to figure out one way or the other what it is. So, yeah. Most improved.
That's a tough one.
You know what? Victor Wembanyama might win that one too. Being honest,
I was talking about him earlier. I think Anthony Simons is going to be in that race because he's going to get.
He'll have a lot of opportunities.
He'll have a lot more opportunities with a better roster.
Yeah. Who needs to be in that conversation for them to have the surprising season that we think they can have? It needs to be, and let me pull up the roster because I'm curious to see who. I forget. It needs to be Cade Cunningham. He needs to take his game from here to here.
I think his elevation wouldn't be enough for most improved though.
Well,
I mean, because he's gonna. I mean, I think I don't want that to sound negative. I think just like the next level that he can get to, I don't think it's going to be more improved than somebody else coming along because he's there. Basically, I'm saying he's there as it is. And
well,
so his next jump is not going to be that fast. I don't think.
But that's my point. I think for them to get to that final level where they as a team can get to, either he or Jaden Ivey got to go from bop to bop. Like one of them has got to go make a jump. And I
think it's more Jaden than it is.
You think it's Jaden? Well, it's one or the other. It's so I think the fair thing we can say is keep your eye on a Detroit backcourt member. And if one of them can make their final jump, because one of them has got to get to Donovan's place. And to me, the more likely person is Cade. But if Jaden can get there and match Cade, then that does make it very interesting. You go, oh, okay. Now they have a real backcourt that can shut down Jalen Brunson or shut down, Paolo Banchero or whoever, whatever. So I'm gonna keep my eyes on Detroit. I just like what they're doing over there a lot. Who's the MVP?
Probably Luka. Depending on what they do, but probably Luka.
He's gonna have the numbers for sure.
He's definitely gonna have the numbers.
Yeah, he's gonna have the numbers for sure. I think there's a part of them of the Lakers that want him to have it to kind of solidify, and then also to send a clear message to players that they are trying to recruit. Which I'll out the Lakers in this regard, because it's if ever there was an indecent proposal being made in NBA style, it's the Lakers trying to get Giannis. They're like, well, listen, if you don't like the way she's treating you, you don't have to take that. Like it's like, I think the Lakers at this point would sign all three Antetokounmpo brothers at this point.
It's like Pelinka sitting there like Teddy Bridgewater in that Progressive commercial.
Yeah, you don't have to take this. You don't have to. You're not his fixer. You're not. So yeah, I think it's a lot of that. But also their backup plan is not awful either. With Walker Kessler, trying to pull that from Utah would be pretty significant. So I think they're going to pull the trigger. It's about the patience at this point, and the method by which they decide to leave the LeBron thing once and for all. So it'll be interesting to see.
Walker Kessler, he's interesting to me too because I feel like he's going to be one of those that's moved during the season. That might be a trade deadline move. Yeah. I think, to be honest with you, I thought he was a better fit for the Lakers than DeAndre Ayton because I just don't believe in DeAndre Ayton. And so, if they somehow are able to pull that off, then my opinion on the Lakers would change. But I don't think they're going to pull that off because at some point, if you're the Jazz, you got to stop selling. And so,
I was going to say the reason that they're not pulling it off has nothing to do with them. It's just that Danny Ainge is petty. Yeah. And he's still though he works for the Jazz, he's still Danny Ainge from the Celtics.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And so Walker Kessler's probably not going to go to the Lakers. And at some point, and you know it's Danny Ainge's kind of MO at this point, you have to stop selling.
At some point. Like
you stock all these draft picks, but you never use them. You just I don't know what Danny Ainge is doing. I
he's the master of getting a draft pick. He is what Sam Presti became. Like the thought process is correct.
Yeah,
Get some draft picks, go draft well, and build from within. The problem is he only does half of that.
Right.
Like he'll draft well,
but he doesn't do anything with them. But I think with their rookie, his name's escaping me right now. I think you got to build around that with Walker Kessler, and so I don't think they're going to be. They'll be selling. They'll sell this.
You know, and even the rookie situation that they got going, that makes their conversations with him and the way that their interaction is right now makes me really uncomfortable because it doesn't appear they're all on the same page. And and you know how you hear somebody talk in an interview and you say, I don't even think you believe that. Like you don't sound like you don't sound like you believe that at all, sir. That's how I feel. Yeah, that's how I feel about Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey's a weird dude.
Yeah, he is different.
He's peculiar.
I was today years old when I realized that Kevin Love is on the Jazz.
Stop playing. Is that true? I thought he was in Miami.
No, I'm looking at the roster right now.
Wow, you're right. I didn't know that had happened either. Kevin Love? Is that the same Kevin Love? Is there multiple Kevin Loves?
Unless there's another 37-year-old Kevin Love from UCLA.
That is wild, bro. I did not know that. You're right. I'm this second old. Like, why? You know, really, Kevin Love is okay. So this will be an interesting season all the way around. And again, next week we'll get into way more depth about, you know, some of the other teams. Everybody wants to talk about Golden State situation and you know, we'll get into all that next week. But we're in a mashup right now. And you can't do a proper mashup without having the whistle. So please, somebody, cue the whistle. I'm not sure how much whistle you're going to get today, but you're going to get some. Now it's time for Believe in the ACC with our starting lineup. From Florida State, number 17, Charlie Ward. From Morehead State University, number 50, Lloyd Stan. And from Murray State University, number 2, Kendrick Haskett. Get ready for the best sports show about the ACC in all the land. Believe in the ACC starts now. I love it. We can't have a show without the whistle. Come on, y'all. The whistle is
my
life.
dreams come true.
You got vocals, man. I didn't know that. Shout out to the church choir. I mean, I'm just saying. Dope, man. It's dope. All right.
I did break out of He's Able one night on Touchdown Friday night.
Ooh, I would have loved to see. Now I'm gonna need you to send me that. I'm gonna need you to send me the date of that show. I want to hear that.
I can't remember what it was.
Okay. Can't remember, or
I just can't remember. It was one of them shows.
Okay, all right. Make sure. I just don't want this to be a confidence thing because you got it. You got something special. You got so you're going places. You're on your way. You the next Lady Bruce. All right. A very bizarre week 7 in college football. It was, I don't even know how to describe some of the games or what we even witnessed. Like,
our picks could not have done well this week.
No, our picks did fantastically well. That's
really?
Listen, The problem was not our picks as a whole. The problem was one pick. So
where is the alumni of said pick?
I don't know. I got questions. I got questions and I need answers. So this past week, Kendrick and I both went 6-1. We would have gone undefeated, but our brotherhood caused us to make a selection that we probably shouldn't have made. Is what I'm saying. And I really want to start there, but we're going to hold off on that game because our brother's supposed to show up. And if he does, then we'll ask him the question. Because I got questions. I got all the questions. Because I just knew that was a layup. I'm thinking that's a layup. That's a layup. And it was
Pitt
not.
Never plays well away from home.
Ever. And y'all had them out here looking like, I don't even know.
Like Alabama was supposed to look.
Right. Well, see, that was another game. So let's just run through some of these games real quick. This was a weird week. SMU Stanford was about what you thought it would be. Stanford is not real. They just have a few moments here and there, and
it's not real.
It's not real. I will not be fooled again. It's not, the Virginia Tech Georgia Tech game. Admittedly, it had me well, no, it didn't have me nervous. There was never a time to be nervous because Georgia Tech get out to a 15-0 start. And by the way, Virginia Tech has no coach, so it was just a weird game. I was surprised Virginia Tech scored 20, because Georgia Tech's defense apparently is pretty good. They're the best 6-0 team with only one significant offensive player I've ever seen. I'm just saying, I don't know how they're doing this week in and week out. And by the way, they may be the reason why people don't take the ACC seriously. Because Haynes King had 213 yards passing. He had 60 yards rushing. He was the third leading rusher of the team. Now his running mate Malachi Hosley had 129 yards as well, so that made it nice. But he is 40 to 50% of the offense,
right?
And yet people cannot figure out how to stop him. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
It's very strange. Like I said, Haynes King's fun to watch, but I don't know how. I don't know if that can last a whole season.
Well, it's lasted half a season. I mean,
that's a half a season. We still got a half left, though.
We still got a half left, and I don't know what what do they have left? What do they have left? They have, they got Duke, that's winnable. They've got Syracuse, that's now winnable. They got NC State. They've got Boston College, Pitt. We might be talking about.
They might.
Georgia Tech.
Maybe. It looks like right now. It looks like it's going to be Georgia Tech, Miami.
Yeah. I don't see it. The only tough game they have left is the last game of the season, which is Georgia, and I don't know how tough that game really is. We'll see.
And it won't even matter as far as the ACC goes.
Right. Well, and then how motivated would Georgia be at that point? Because
and it's what's going to be interesting is what happens if there's a tie, which it very well could be between Miami, Virginia, and Georgia Tech at the top of the conference at the end of the season. If they're all, what if they're all undefeated? Because it's very possible for all of them to be undefeated. Because, like I said, Georgia Tech, that Georgia game may end up being an important game now.
Yeah.
If they're all undefeated.
It's a very strange year in the ACC. It is very, very strange. NC State, not enough Hollywood Smothers to go around. Notre Dame
they're
is
another
quietly
weird team.
doing what they're doing. Huh?
They're another weird team. NC State.
Well,
You never know what you're gonna get from week to week.
you never
Like
know what you're
Virginia,
gonna get.
I'm looking at Virginia the rest of the way too. They should be undefeated at this point.
They don't have a lot. What do they have left?
They have a weird game with Washington State this week. Then they're at Carolina. They're at Cal. They're at home for Wake Forest, at Duke, and Virginia Tech at home.
That's all winnable. That's all winnable.
Yep.
That
Duke,
is
they're
all
undefeated right now in conference.
winnable. Yeah.
That Georgia Tech game is going to be huge.
Yeah.
That's
See what happens
Saturday
there.
at noon.
Okay. Wake Forest and Oregon State. Oregon State, not very good. I still don't know why Charlie picked that, but you know, to each his own. I think he thought that was Oregon. Maybe he thought that was Oregon. He heard Oregon and didn't hear the state part. That's the only explanation I have. Because they haven't won a game all season.
No.
And it doesn't.
We looked at it because we looked it up because we was stunned from the game. I think he just didn't believe in Wake Forest.
Yeah, but they're not that bad though. They're not Oregon State bad.
No.
Yeah, they're not Oregon State bad.
Nobody is.
Nobody is. Clemson took care of business against Boston College. So they got back to 500. Boston College is so bad they had Cade Klubnik looking like he's gonna go in the first round. Like that's how bad he was. He was diamond Boston College.
He's played well the last couple of weeks. Of course, it's been Boston College and North Carolina, but he's played well.
So those are get right games for sure. And that's all the ACC offered us last week. The rest of the country got weird. It got real weird real fast. Arkansas was in the game with Tennessee for quite some time. I had to give Bobby Petrino credit. They did look better. They still got the untimely mistakes that they've gotten all season long, but they were at least competitive most of the game. So there was that. I don't know what to think about Illinois. They are the worst.
I said there was a layup last week. I don't understand why Illinois was ranked. It didn't make sense. Nobody that get beat by 50 points should be ranked. I'm sorry.
Well,
especially in the top 20.
Well, the one thing about Illinois right now is that when they lose spectacularly. Like they're not losing close games.
Yeah, the game's over with in the first quarter when they lose.
Yeah, they're either going to win it or they're going to lose in unbelievable fashion. This was a weird game as well. A lot of people talked about, Ty Simpson is balling, and Ty Simpson was okay. He was okay. Missouri was right there. Yeah. They kind of shot themselves in the foot in the end.
As Missouri tends to do in big games.
But I don't know if Alabama is great yet. We'll see.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, well, right. Depending on who you ask in Alabama, they are. Or Paul Feinbaum. By the way, that man has the biggest ears I've ever seen in my life. I didn't know that until I was watching Get Up the other day, and they got the close-in headshot, and I was like, my God, he can hear my thoughts, and I'm in a totally different state. Okay. Jesus, that man's ears are big. Okay. The game of the weekend was Indiana-Oregon, because Indiana was the best team on that field, and it wasn't close. And I don't understand. I heard ESPN has a new quarterback guru guy used to play for Vanderbilt. I forget his name. Right, his name escapes me right now. And he was like, "Oh, Fernando Mendoza wasn't doing this. He wasn't doing that." I was like, "I don't know what game you watched, because he was."
Fernando Mendoza has been every bit and more that Indiana thought he was going to be when they got him out of the portal, out of Cal.
I'm just saying,
he's a Heisman candidate. Indiana is rolling. I'm actually sending Dusty up to Bloomington this Saturday for their game against Michigan State.
I think that's a well-timed sin, because I think the hype around Indiana is going to get much, much louder. And by the way, Indiana, I'm looking right in the camera when I say this. What are you waiting for? Can you please get Signetti's extension done like before the game starts on Saturday? Like, what are you waiting for?
I want to say they gave him an extension last year. I think.
He needs another one. It's time because
Oh, well,
you don't. What you don't want to do is see him walking is trying to go to Penn State because Penn State's going to throw a lot of money. They've decided they're going to throw a lot of money at somebody. Who it is, we don't know yet.
I think Matt Rule.
See, I heard that. And so what's interesting to me about that, since we're at Penn State right this minute, how is Matt Rule any different than James Franklin?
Matt Rule played at Penn State.
So that's what you're going with. Now, sometimes that works out, that the hometown guy comes home and makes you better. Sometimes that works out. To me, I don't know what Matt Rule is. Other than the guy that got hot in two places, and that's why he is where he is.
I think that, and then they can get Rule cheaper than Signetti. Because Signetti can just keep adding zeros to that contract at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, this man has made Indiana a legitimate contender. Like in 2 years, they look like the best team, maybe the best team in college sports right now. Like, I was shocked the way Oregon. To put this in perspective for people who may or may not understand, Oregon is fast, and they're fast everywhere, and Indiana made them look pedestrian. Mm-hmm. They were the better team on the field all day long, and that game was in Oregon, right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That was fascinating. So, shout out to Indiana, shout out to Coach Signetti, and by the way, my favorite thing now is to watch him talk trash after a game. I am here for it. It is fun. He is unapologetic and does not care about your feelings.
No.
does not care about your feelings whatsoever.
And he's deadpan when he says everything. It's
so matter of factly.
Yeah.
It's like, we're much better than them. And did you just say? Yes, I said that. It's I only have one question here with this game. Should he have played? Should John Mateer have played?
Probably not, but just a big rivalry game.
Why the desperation? Because they got if you look at Oklahoma's schedule, their next 6 games, in the words of the great Keith Jackson, Nilly. They look rough. It's going to be bad.
Well, Oklahoma should have never been number 6 in the country in the first place. But it's the SEC and Big Ten's world. So.
Oh, yeah. And to Jacob's point, Google Me, I win is the greatest pre I got the job line in the history of introduction.
Signetti said that earlier this season. He says it all the time. See, like
Google Me.
The rest of the country doesn't get to hear him all the time, but I have to listen to him every Monday. And yeah, he says that crazy stuff all the time.
Google Me, I win is a bar. Yeah. That's going to end up in somebody's hip hop line at some point. Like that's a bar.
Yeah. Google Shaq's first. Shaq, you gotta give Shaq credit for that.
Shaq is the originator. Shaq is the originator. Google me, Chuck. But yeah, that's a bar.
And Jay-Z's dropped it in the line too. So
well, listen, it's interesting that all the people who win are dropping that line.
Shaq, Jay-Z, and Kirk Signetti.
There's a pairing I thought I always knew I'd say at some point. So yes, it's an interesting season once again. Again, we would have went 7-0. Listen, we've waited long enough. Let's just get to it. I don't know what happened. I watched the game. I watched this game, and I was thinking. And there's a guy on one of the other shows, a great fan of Noise Sports. I think his name is Brandon Brown. I think is his last name. Brandon, I apologize if I jacked up your last name. I apologize, sir. But he is a massive Florida State fan, and he kept telling me before the game, "Oh man, Pitt has no shot. Pitt has no shot." And I said, "I think I agree, but I need you to settle down on Thomas Castellanos because he is what he is. It's not going to be. If Florida State fans thought that they were getting the second coming, or if they even thought they were getting Jordan Travis, you're not. That's not what he does.
No,
that's not what he does. He is again. He's Kevin James from Hitch. He's right here in the pocket, and he's gonna give you these 200 yards passing and these 70 yards rushing, and that's probably the extent of what he's gonna give you. And
he's also gonna have a turnover or two in there too.
Well, now, interestingly enough, I don't think he had one this time, or unless he had a fumble. He may have had a fumble.
I feel like he had a fumble. They may have recovered it, but I know he did fumble the ball at least once.
Yeah, he did have a fumble. That's what it was. Yeah. But yes, some kind of takeaway is going to happen because that's also what he does. But he's just not going to give you much more than that. And that if Coach Norvell was counting on that to get him over the top this season, I think they grossly misjudged the player they brought in.
I think when you look at him when you just look at him, you think, oh yeah, this guy can be something, and he's good. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like the guy's terrible. The kid is a good player, but he's not. He's not going to be a Heisman candidate.
No, that's over.
And I don't think you're going to be consistently beat top tier teams consistently with him as your QB.
Every week I watch him play, I wonder more and more how they beat Alabama. Like, how in the world did they pull that game off? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. But I think Alabama is probably not as good as you think they are as well.
Yes.
Just like Florida State is not as good as you think they are. They are. I think the record is probably about who they are. Yeah.
Question for you that popped into my head before we came on this morning, and I don't want to ask Charlie because I already know Charlie's answer.
Okay.
Mike Norvell on the hot seat.
Ooh. You know what? I had actually had that thought Saturday. Like, at some point, if you're Florida State, and also there's the James Franklin out there now.
Yep.
There's the James Franklin out there now. So, and by the way, there is going to be another opening from whoever Penn State manages to finagle out of their current job. So I think it's warming up.
Yeah.
I think it's warming up. At some point you got to start looking at what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
What you done? Yeah, Jacob, I have to agree. It I don't know. Well, listen, the timing is perfect because Coach Junior is here. We got questions, Charlie Ward. If you can hear us, we got questions, and your timing could not have been better because we waited a while to get to this Florida State game. We got questions because we both would have gone 7-0 on our picks, but we showed loyalty to our brother Charlie Ward. So we got questions.
I don't have an answer. The only answer I have is we came up a little short. I mean, that happens. I didn't get a chance to watch the full game.
Okay.
Forgot where I was. Oh, I was recruiting. So I was watching it without watching the actual game.
Gotcha.
On my phone. But one of the things, one of the things that that happens when two teams are, equally yoked in a sense, or in a competitive game where they have the same type talent and what have you, We had this debate, but had this discussion in our house. The importance of playing with a cushion, and 2-score cushion at some point during the course of the game can play a big part in, the outcome. And one of the things we keep talking about is the defense this, the defense that, which, of course they have to do their part as well to get the team to another level. But one of the things that we failed to mention is how many times the offense went 3 and out, especially, coming out of halftime when we were up 7, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think we were up 7 points. And
yes.
So it's important that we understand that if we score any kind of score, it's a 2-score game.
Right. And
now, it puts Pitt in a different mindset in a sense, in some form, and FSU as well. But we don't take advantage of that opportunity to extend the lead. And then the crazy part about all this is, you get the fumble at the end of the game, you get the punch out, the ball bounces around and it ends up with them. They end up going up by 10. And then we go down the next time and score within like in 45 seconds, whatever it was. It was some crazy number. We scored like in record time. And they cut it to 3 points. And that's essentially been the last 3 weeks. Where, they haven't really played complementary football, where both teams are supporting one another at the right times. So if the offense goes down and score, the defense needs to get a stop, and the offense needs to score again to try to get a cushion against quality teams. That hasn't happened. Against these quality teams. And so that is essentially in a nutshell, what you have to do in order to, beat good teams, because you can't turn the ball over. That's the thing that doing this against Miami was, we turned the ball over 3 times. And, against good teams, it's hard. And if they don't turn it over, man, you're going to be playing from behind like we did. And so those are killers been the killers for us, and understanding just how can we play complementary football to be able to get cushions when we have opportunities. And so hopefully we can learn that lesson.
That is a great point. It is an interesting point as well that brings me to this question for you, Charlie Ward. How do you, as an institution, and I'm talking about the bigger picture now, how do you show patience for coaches who, appearance-wise, I'm not saying this is true, but appearance-wise, it looks like they don't have an attention to the detail enough to overcome the little mistakes. Because in my opinion, that's why James Franklin got fired. He loses games because it's the little things in the games he loses that and they happen to be the biggest games. Right? The Oregon game. A bounce here, a bounce there, and they win the game. But because he can't seem to, that one little detail ever, he seems to lose that game all the time. It's starting to feel a little bit like that with Coach Norvell, a little bit like, how do we stop these turnovers? What are we telling Thomas so that he's not fumbling? Or are we reminding him at the right times of the game, like protect the ball, just throw it away, live to find another? Are you giving him the little things that it takes to get him over the hump? How do you correct that as a coach or as an institution or whatever?
Well, we
Because those are the things that
this
get you fired.
discussion in our staff meeting. Unfortunately, that shouldn't. But I mean, we've seen this time and time again, where coaches are getting fired, because of what you're saying. You know what you're saying, the little things, and that's, as I've said, you know, those schools that have taken that approach, they've gone into the category of not enough, dungeon, and they've gone to try to find that next person that you're talking about, and they've found out that it's not as easy as we all think it is. And so it's just that whole instance of how can we continue to compete, because one of the things you talk about, Coach Norberry, talk about Coach Franklin, they're not getting blown out. And when you're not getting blown out and your team is competitive, and we're talking about one-score games for the most part, you know, it's like, how can I continue to improve what I'm doing? So I'm just going to overhaul the whole thing. And that's a place where, you know, some people are willing to go. I mean, they're paying $50 million to go home. So there's a place where some people are willing to go, but there's a risk to all of that. And that risk is, will I get what I'm looking for? So, I mean, that we all live in a risk society, but I don't think. I mean, we're in this age now where people are getting fired for being competitive or winning, which is, to me, very dangerous, because it's getting to that point where it's like you have to win at a higher level all the time. Or, I mean, James Franklin was in the Final Four last year. Now, we're not talking about 2 years ago. We're talking about last year.
Last year.
And we're sitting here talking about he can't win the big games and all of that. He was in the Final Four, so he had to win some games last year to get to the Final Four, whether they're big or small. And so I just think it's important that we all understand that there has to be some other factors that we start considering outside of just the outcome. But I hope the best for Penn State and all these teams that are firing coaches that are competitive and winning, because they're searching for, they're searching.
Yeah. Speaking of searching, are you searching for wherever you go? Because you're looking around a lot while you're driving.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. We got homecoming here this weekend at our school, and it's like, the big thing here. And so in my normal parking spot, they put some cones, or they put some something that says VIP, and I'm having to try to find another spot because they got
aren't you the VIP?
I don't know.
I was thinking,
I don't want my car being towed.
I have a feeling that they're not going to tow the head coach's car.
Hold on. Charlie, you just sit tight for a second. Fam, y'all got to do better. If y'all towing Charlie Ward, come on now. Jesus. Like, what are we talking about? You got this man
driving, looking all out the windows and going over speed bumps. And
nobody tows Heisman Trophy winners. Let's just start there.
Hey.
Come on, fam, you. Jesus. Okay, all right. We were concerned, though. We were very concerned.
We were
In
very
fact,
concerned.
even some of the listeners were concerned. They were like, he's making me very nervous. All right.
I was like, is he on the run?
There was trepidation.
It's
There was
very nice of you
trepidation.
to still join us while you're running from the law.
Just trying to find a parking spot that didn't have a VIP tow deal. So
What I want to know is, who is the VIP that's more important than Charlie Ward? That's the real mystery right there.
Who's VIPer than Charlie Ward?
somebody got the tag that I don't have. So
Are they in your spot right now?
somebody is in my normal spot, but
Oh yeah, they're going to your toe. Don't even worry about that, Charlie. Don't even worry about that. All you gotta do is walk in and say, "Hey man, I've been here earlier, but somebody's in my spot." No problem, Coach. We'll take care of it, and then you'll be back in your spot by lunch.
I gotta win some games. I gotta win a few games.
Is that what it takes?
Yes.
You got to win games to get your parking spot, Charlie.
Yeah.
I thought James Franklin had it bad. You gotta win a game just to get the parking space back.
No,
So
Charlie probably wrote that in
up.
his contract.
When is your first game, Charlie?
The exhibition's Tuesday, so we'll be
Oh,
happy to play
man.
somebody else. We'll be happy to play somebody else.
I'm sure you're tired of watching your team play each other.
Yeah.
Have the practices been spirited? Have they been intense like you would like them to be?
Yeah, they get a little bit, especially when we start playing, and so yeah, they get a little intense, which is good.
I'll be honest with you. I love the start of seasons because there's so much hope and there's so much anticipation and there's so much belief. That is so exciting to see an aura of belief in your program in the beginning, because you're like, anything is possible. If you can see kind of if this goes right and that goes right, maybe we could have the season that we want to have, that kind of thing. I love that.
Yeah, we all do. Until the games start happening. And
Until the games start happening, then you go, oh,
then it's trying to
my
figure
bad.
out like what can we do better, even if you win or lose.
Right.
Who you play on Tuesday?
We play Edward Waters. Their school. They're another historically HBCU here in Florida. They're in Jacksonville.
Okay. You feel pretty good about that game, Charlie? Feeling confident that you guys should be able to?
You know,
I'm waiting to hear
you
the
always have to
confidence
play
of the
the
high
game.
school Charlie.
You always have to show up and compete and execute. So
Okay.
if those things don't happen, you're gonna get beat. And if you execute at a high level and do all those necessary things that you're talking about, and the talent is what it is, the game should look that way. So, so that's essentially what, all these teams and games look like. When the games are, when you have two teams that are very competitive and they have similar talent, then these little mistakes that you're talking about, add up. But
Yeah.
when you're playing against teams that you have more talent than, then simple little things you can overcome. So it is what it is. You have to put it all in perspective. But the goal is how can we, grow from these games? Because all the games are going to be difficult. Because after we play Edward Waters, we got FSU next Sunday, who they play actually tonight against Alabama. So that'd be good for us to see them. But hopefully, that we can compete. I'm like we and all over here, because FSU playing Alabama. Then we play FSU next Sunday. So it should be
Yeah.
a fun.
Next Sunday they
fun
just Florida
outing.
State. That's that Florida State team. You can't.
They
Yeah.
just Florida State. They're not the Seminoles.
Yeah. Forget all that. Ain't none of that next week,
this.
Charlie.
It's this, not this.
Get your wrist together there, Charlie. All right. Well, gentlemen, let's pick some games before we take off for this week. We got a massive one tomorrow night, and I know it's not being talked about by a lot of people because Miami
ESPN's promoting it a little bit, but
they're promoting it a little
more
bit.
so
Not
promoting it.
Yeah.
They're more so promoting it on the Miami side than the Louisville side. But yeah,
right, I was gonna say I think most people think that Miami was going to run away with this game, and from a defensive perspective, I think that could be true because Ruben Bain is a dude, right? The challenge I'm having with this is how do you stop a great pass rusher? Typically, you run at him, and Louisville's really good at that.
Well, they wasn't last couple of games. The running backs have been hurt. They're still not 100%.
They're still not 100. That's interesting.
No. I think Duke Watson is still out. Isaac Brown and Keywan. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wow.
I think Isaac will be there, and I think Keywan's supposed to be there. And so it's going to be interesting. Look, there's nothing that I've seen that makes me think Louisville should beat this Miami team. However, it's Jeff Brom in a big game.
It's Jeff Brom in a big game.
As much as he scares me in the little games, like James Madison's of the world,
right?
I have confidence in him in big games.
It's weird. It is so weird. It's so weird. And you be like, and by the way, he's gone into these big games exactly the way he's going into this one. Somebody's key is hurt on offense or defense. You're like, well, I don't know, man. It doesn't feel like they can win this one. And then next thing you know, we're on Sunday night, we're saying, or Saturday night, we're saying, how in the world did he pull that off? And he's had 2 weeks to get ready for it. That's the other thing.
Yeah. So, who's that?
Jeff Brom.
We were saying that I've not seen anything from these two teams that makes me think Louisville can win this game, except for the fact that Jeff Brom is coaching and he's great in these big games like this. And these big
His
spots.
history says I'm going to get this one. This won't be the one that cost me my season.
So my thing is, and it goes back to the thing that I just talked about again, when you have two competitive teams, the thing that Louisville's been fighting the last game for sure, Miller Moss had a tough start. I'll just say that.
Very tough.
Early on.
Tough. Yeah.
And they were able to continue to fight back. That's something that I don't know he will be able to recover from against the Miami team if he plays that way in the first half against them, because they are who they are, and two teams that are competitive in a sense, talent-wise. You can't be making mistakes and hoping that you can recover.
100%.
Or they'll be very similar to what Florida State looked like, where they get a big lead, then they have this big comeback, and then you end up falling short at some point. So they have to play a good, steady game throughout. But with all that being said, I'm gonna choose Miami.
Okay.
Louisville has the weapons to give Miami trouble on the outside with Chris Bell and Colin Lacey. Those two, they can wreak havoc on the defense. Those two are Sunday players. The problem is, though, is Miami is so good up front on defense, and Louisville's offensive line has struggled all season long. It's hard for me to pick against Louisville just because of how good Jeff Brom is in these games, but I'm gonna have to go with Miami.
Listen. I'm fully on board with both of your analysis. I think the X factor for this game is going to be Colin Lacey. If Colin can give them great field
position,
coming out of every kickoff and every punt return, and Miller Moss is not working with 80-yard drives the whole game, that might be the X factor of this entire game. And I think Jeff knows that, and I think that's going to be the emphasis. Special teams is going to be the emphasis that they probably worked on, because he knows Duke's not there, so there's no relief for Isaac. So now it's going to have to come on. Like you said, it's going to come down to, can Chris make the plays? Can Colin make the plays? And open it up for Isaac late so that Isaac can break that one play that he typically breaks in every game. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna bet on Jeff again. I just think Jeff, this is what he do. And now he may lose. He may lose next week to Boston College or whoever they're playing next week.
If they win, you can almost mark, if they win this week, they're going to lose next week, because that's what they do.
Right, because that's also what he does. They
lost to Stanford last year. They came right after the big win. And then when they beat Miami a couple of years ago, they lost the next game.
But I'll bet on them for this week and this week alone. Okay, North Carolina, California game, or what I like to call the I don't care game. This season.
Yes, go ahead and give me Cal on that.
Is this one even on TV?
Probably on the CW or something, or ACC
don't
network.
Do that to them. Don't do this. This game is actually on. Well, it can't be a feature game on ESPN. Oh, it's tomorrow night. It's the game after Louisville.
Oh yeah,
yes, because it's probably 7 o'clock, but it's 10 o'clock our time.
Yeah,
right. And they know nobody's gonna be watching it, because so yeah. Okay, well, it's North Carolina, California. Give me California just because somebody's got to win it.
California's not bad.
They're not.
They're not consistent.
They have a good quarterback. He's a freshman, but I think he's.
I'm still salty, Charlie. I'm still kind of salty at California, because 2 weeks ago I was like, their schedule sets up for them to run the table in the rest of the season, and then they immediately lost.
You're salty. You're salty at California. You're not pick them over UNC salty though.
No, I'm not stupid.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago after they won at Boston College, I looked at their schedule. I was like, oh, they could win out, and then they immediately got blown out by Duke at home. Right. So,
right. Speaking of, we start Saturday morning with what could potentially be quietly an ACC decider.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Georgia Tech has another ACC opponent that could potentially beat them other than Duke. Who would have thought that the two Brainiac schools in the ACC would dominate the ACC? They're both coming in 3-0 in ACC play, and Georgia Tech is 6-0 overall. Again, I don't know how they're doing this. You know what this feels like? This feels very much like Michael Vick, not as talented, but Michael Vick when they made that run to the national championship. Like, everybody knows Michael Vick's the guy. You know who you have to stop when you show up at the game, and yet you can't stop him. That's what Haynes King is doing right now. He's quietly just, dominating these games, and I don't know why. He's not the fastest, he's not the most accurate, but he's winning.
As much as I love to defend the ACC, I do think part of it is who Georgia Tech's playing.
Also that. Yeah, also that. It's worked out for Georgia Tech this season.
Yeah. That's
no
what you have to do. You have to take advantage of it.
No Clemson, no Louisville, no Miami.
No Seminoles.
No Seminoles. So it's worked out.
They did beat Clemson.
Yeah, they did beat Clemson. I think the buck stops here though, because this was at Duke.
Yeah,
I think the buck stops here.
Duke's a funny one too, though, because they can be wildly inconsistent too.
They can. I think they get. This
I like Duke.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with you all.
But again, it would not surprise me because no one has figured out Haynes King yet this season.
Duke got blown out at home by Illinois.
Illinois,
that was early though.
Illinois is
No.
they're good. They're just not top tier good.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Georgia Tech. I think it keeps going.
They keep it going. All right. I will make the adjustment here. Okay. UConn and Boston College, or as I like to call it, I don't care part 2. Surely Boston College can beat UConn, right? Surely. Although Boston College, I mean, UConn is 4-2.
They 4-2 and they play an ACC schedule. Let's look at UConn's schedule. See how many ACC teams they played already.
I don't know what to do with this game all of a sudden.
Let's see. UConn is they lost at Syracuse.
But that was when they had Algier.
Yeah, they lost.
And that was a
Delaware.
close game.
Yeah, it was a touchdown. At Delaware. Delaware is a good team. And they've won 3 straight.
Yeah, but
Who
it's
they
Ball
beat
State,
Ball
Buffalo,
State at
and
Buffalo
FIU.
and FIU. They beat FIU 51-10, who I just watched.
Yeah, they beat the brakes
blow out
off
Western
FIU.
Kentucky last night on Tuesday night. You know what?
Yeah, that's
Tuesday
my
night
man.
games.
Shotgun.
What's up with Tuesday night games? When did that become a thing?
There's going to be Tuesday
Well,
night games from here on out.
Really?
Yeah, that's part of that league. They play on Tuesday nights.
I mean, yeah, Louisville played on Tuesday nights before.
Gotta hate that.
I don't know about this.
What are we
game.
doing here, guys? What do you say, Charlie? I don't know about this. I agree with you, Charlie.
This is a pick 'em.
I'm going
Pick 'em at
UConn. I'm going
That's
UConn.
what I
Oh
was
my!
thinking too.
Is that the first time UConn has been picked on this show? It feels like it.
Probably.
Hey, it's definitely the first time all 3 of us picked UConn. Because that's
No, I'm gonna go with Boston College. At home.
UConn plays 3 ACC teams this year.
I'm going UConn.
I'm going Boston
I don't
College
trust
at
Boston
home.
College. Yeah, I don't trust
either,
Boston
but-
College in any location.
I got a feeling Charlie's going to be right, but it's still fun.
He probably is. He probably is. This
Bill
is an
O'Brien
interesting.
has to come through.
This one is interesting as well. SMU at Clemson is very, very interesting
Yes.
because I think SMU is
I'm
trending.
going with Clemson.
You going with Clemson?
They've been playing much better lately.
I want to say both of them have. Am I wrong
SMU,
about that with SMU?
SMU's
Well-
they've been up and down.
Their offensive
I mean,
line has not done their quarterback any favors this season.
No, they have not. They have not. They did beat Syracuse. They did beat Stanford. They have not really been blown out in a game, though. That's the interesting thing about SMU. Nobody's dominated them. They just haven't had the one.
I feel like TCU did. Score is not indicative of how that game went.
Right.
Charlie's
going
That's over here this
Clemson.
morning.
I'm going Clemson.
Uh,
I think I'm gonna go Clemson too. I know Clemson. Yeah, they're playing well. Well, of course, let's look who they played. They played North Carolina and they played.
yeah. I'm not going to get that excited about that.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not excited about it.
Well, they did what they were supposed to do. They didn't
They did.
struggle with them. They didn't struggle with them.
True.
They did.
I'll go Clemson.
That 9.5 is not. That can't be a real number.
Yeah, 9.5 is crazy.
That
But,
seems crazy to me.
I'll
I'm
go
gonna
Clemson.
I'm gonna take SMU. I'm gonna say the bloom is off the rose. Nobody's afraid of that run down the hill no more. It's over.
I'll give you that, but I just think
Yeah.
SMU's offensive line. I think Clemson can dominate up front.
Okay. All right. Washington at Virginia, or more accurately, Washington State. I better make
Yeah,
that
that's that
correction.
weird.
It's Washington
Washington State
State.
game.
Yeah.
I'm going with Virginia.
I'm going with Virginia regardless. But what time is that game? And they
That
game at
is
like
a-
noon.
No, it's actually
No,
5:30.
Gotta be
5:30. Okay, so it's not too
Yes,
early for
5:30.
Washington.
Well, 6:30 Eastern time. Yeah.
Oh, so it's 3:30 for Washington State.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna go Virginia.
Virginia is quietly playing very, very well this season.
Yep.
Virginia quietly is on top of the conference.
Yeah, they are. They are. Pittsburgh and Syracuse. This kid that they have at Pittsburgh, Heikenstall is his name. Some weird
Yeah, they
thing
changed
like that.
quarterbacks and they've been playing well. They've been playing better since they changed quarterbacks.
They played better. So I'm going to take Pitt. I don't love that Pitt's.
Are they playing at home?
No, it's at Syracuse, but I don't like the backup at Syracuse.
No,
He has not played well to me.
you found your parking
The
spot,
backup?
Charlie.
Yeah, I found a parking spot. Now I'm walking to the office.
I'm assuming you're taking Pitt, or are you going to take Syracuse with the Rook?
Well, I'm gonna go with Pitt because they beat us on the road. So if they can beat us on the road, they should be able to beat Syracuse on the road.
They should be able to be Syracuse.
Charlie, your us is now FAMU. It's not FSU.
Right, you got to stop saying us.
Us is where my loyalties lie.
I'm gonna need you to course correct though. Just be careful with that.
going this way.
Speaking of the final game, ACC, Florida State and Stanford. And they got to go to Stanford. They got the late game.
I think
Well,
the
we
Seminoles
should win this game.
Should.
We should win this game, no matter if it's on the West Coast or not.
They're an 18 and a half point. They're an 18 and a half point favorite, which I would think that they would cover that. But I'm letting you know now, Charlie. If your Seminoles let me down this time, it's over for me. I'm done. This is my Syracuse moment.
Hey, you may not be the only one done if they.
Well,
lose
they told
this game.
they told me that they were ready to play. They told me that they were ready to play.
All right.
I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them at their word.
All right.
They've been at practice all week, so we'll see.
Well, Charlie, you are going into a building, so let's get your final BLEAV in the ACC game. I'm gonna go. You want the layup? I'm gonna give you the layup. Although there aren't many layup games this week. We got Texas, Arkansas. Yeah, we got Texas A&M, Arkansas. We got LSU, Vanderbilt, and that's at Vanderbilt.
Texas A&M, Arkansas. Where are they playing?
That's at Arkansas.
Oh, that's not a layup.
And Bobby wants this job. This would be the game to get him that job if he could pull that off. Ole Miss and Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, and then the classic USC Notre Dame.
I like Ole Miss.
Charlie's jamming
Georgia.
over there.
Where are they playing that game?
It's at Georgia.
At Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't like Ole Miss there.
Okay.
What was the other one? There was another.
You got
USC and Notre Dame.
Yeah, USC Notre Dame.
Where's that game?
LSU. That's at Notre Dame, right in front of Touchdown Jesus.
Oh well, I'm going Notre Dame.
Okay, there you go.
Charlie was searching for the layup.
I'm going with Notre Dame at home against USC. Even though USC has been playing well, but hopefully they can pull it off.
All right, Charlie, have a great homecoming weekend, sir.
Thank you. Will do.
Have fun.
Oh, that's nice. Look at the facilities.
That looks fantastic. Look at shout out to FAMU. Looking good.
We have a concert tonight.
Sounds like it.
Who's
They got the people next door. the people next door, G Hero, Boosie,
Oh Lord.
and Lotta,
Lotto.
something. I don't know.
Here's
Lotto.
what's here's what's funny. Here's what's
Lotta.
funny, Charlie. Here's what's funny. I was sitting there thinking before you said it. Well, I hope it's not Bootsy because he was just here for University of Arkansas Pine Bluffs homecoming. I'm like, well, I'm sure they got somebody other than Bootsy, and you said Bootsy. I'm like, oh well, maybe Bootsy's on a
Boosie
tour or
making the
something. I don't know.
rounds. He making the rounds to the HBCUs.
Boosie will always be able to perform in the South.
Well, it's an affordable, and I'm sure it's an
They got
affordable
T-Pain.
price. So there you go.
They got T-Pain. T-Pain got a concert on tomorrow night. Got a
nice.
block party, I think. One of
doing
these
it big at
days.
FAMU for homecoming this year.
Well, no, T-Pain. He's from here.
Oh yeah,
So
I did. I forgot about that.
yeah,
Still.
his neighborhood is right behind FAMU. So they got a block party going on over there. I won't be going to none of them. So
We know.
unfortunately,
Charlie, you're not gonna rock out. You're not gonna rock out to "I'm in Love with a Stripper." That's not what you're doing. Is that what you're doing? That's not happening.
I don't even know what they saying. Guys, they be laughing at me because I don't even know who they are.
Well, clearly, because you keep calling that girl Lotta.
Yeah.
So it's obvious that you are disconnected from that particular music. So
Yeah.
Yes,
And
sir.
you know what? And to be honest with you, I really don't blame you.
no shade whatsoever.
I know who these people are, but I can't rock the. I like T-Pain, but I can't rock with the rest of them.
Yeah,
No,
I'm not playing.
I don't listen to the music. I just know the name.
Yeah. Well, despite all of that, Charlie, have a good weekend. Enjoy the weekend.
I appreciate it. So we will have a great weekend.
All right, brother.
All right,
Take it
thank
easy,
you guys. See you.
All right. The great Charlie Ward, or as we like to call it, the best part of our week. Who are you taking in this BLEAV game?
So let's run through them again real quick.
Texas A&M, Arkansas. We'll go at it at Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
LSU and Vanderbilt, which I feel like that's LSU is. It just feels like LSU is gonna lose that game, but we'll see.
I think that's a make or break for Brian Kelly. The LSU job might be coming open too.
Well, and it's Diego Pavia coming off of a very frustrated Alabama situation and wanting to prove himself again. I just think that's a bad matchup for LSU. But Ole Miss and Georgia, and then Tennessee, Alabama is what we have left.
No, give me Alabama.
Alabama at home,
and
Tennessee can't.
And Tennessee in big games.
Yeah. No, I can't even argue against that one. I'm pretty tempted to take this Vanderbilt win. I just feel like Vanderbilt's going to pull this off because they're just good enough.
I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah, they're just good enough.
I think this is the game that's going to make that LSU job come open at the end of the season. Listen,
if he loses this game, it's him and James Franklin would start a podcast together. Call it almost won the big game or something, or what's So
yeah, if they both are available, yeah, Mike Norvell might want him. He needs to win out.
100%. By the way, can we have a conversation about thing just slipped my mind just that fast. I had a great because you were talking about what was it? It was just I had a great question that I was going to ask you in regards to LSU or something. It'll come back to me.
The SEC show?
No, it was something else.
That was a good show. Did you watch that show on Netflix?
I have not seen it. Is it?
It's good. It's really good.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I think it's either 4 or 6 episodes.
Okay. I'll
it's really good.
I may carve out some time today to do it.
Kelly actually comes off pretty good in that show.
Well, I think he's a likable guy. I think he's not a.
I didn't think
person.
he was until I saw that show.
Really, I think he's likable. He can be a little bit much sometimes. He's no Dan Lanning. He's not that bad.
Dan Lanning cracks me up though.
Well, he's a lot.
He's a crazy person.
He is. He's a weirdo.
Most football coaches are a strange breed. Period.
They are.
There's not a more paranoid group of people than football coaches.
Oh, no question. Everybody's out to get them. Everybody is. Everybody's out to get them. This gives us an opportunity to kind of, as we close out the show today, to have a quick conversation about probably someone who meant a lot. We're both music fanatics. We love music. We love great music. Let's say it that way. And I don't know how you felt about it, but I was stunned to hear about the passing of D'Angelo, as a lot of people were, because I think most people didn't know he was that sick. Like I think,
but pancreatic cancer, I mean, that can come on and you'd be gone just like that. Pancreatic cancer it's aggressive. It's aggressive.
Very aggressive, and so it was a shock to see him gone that fast. But I say, in my humble opinion, D'Angelo is, to me, the king of neo soul. I don't think it was called neo soul for real until D'Angelo hit the scene, and then you were like, "That's way different than anything I've ever heard in R&B." Right? And by the way, cut through the noise at a time when Jodeci was at its height, when Boyz II Men was at its height, when Anita Baker was at her height. I mean, we had juggernaut R&B.
Erykah Badu was coming around.
Erykah Badu was coming, and all of a sudden, this guy,
Adina Howard, was hot. Man.
Yeah. You know what? You didn't have to do that. That wasn't.
What? What did I do?
That was not necessary. Why is Adina catching strays? Why is Adina? Why is Adina? And
I don't think it was a stray at all. Adina was hot then.
Adina was hot then. A lot of ways, Adina was getting it done.
But her song was big at the time.
It was massive.
And
it was massive.
I think around in that time, that mid-90 period, because I mean, like I said, Adina Howard was really big at that time. Erykah Badu was coming on. D'Angelo was coming. D'Angelo and Erykah Badu were very similar in their styles.
They ushered in that sound. I think they ushered in that sound.
Yeah. Like I said, Jodeci was extremely hot at that time. H-Town was big at the time.
Oh, listen.
Yeah. Boyz II Men was kind of fading at that point. But
were they fading?
They were kind of fading. They were still Boyz II Men, but they weren't. They weren't putting out the hits like they were at that point.
Well, let's say this. I think we can both agree that when D'Angelo hit, it shifted R&B tremendously. Like all of a sudden, you didn't necessarily want to hear the ooey gooey love. You wanted to kind of. It was something else that happened, and we were like, I don't know what this is, but this is good and it's different and it is wow. So oh man, listen. I remember driving, and the first time I heard Lady, I was like,
that song is a song you can just ride to.
You turn it immediately up and you're just like, goodness gracious, what is this? So yeah. I know people laud Voodoo as his best album, and I understand why, because from a musicality perspective, it probably is. But song-wise,
you've made up another word today.
No, musicality is a word. Now we're not doing that. Musicality is a word. Yeah. You clearly don't want to play Scrabble with me. I will destroy you.
I'm gonna start calling you E40.
I'm just saying. Ghost Ride the Whip. Yeah. Ghost Ride the Whip.
You just got your own language going over there today.
Musicality is a word, and that is the most musical album that I think he had. But my favorite album is Brown Sugar.
Yes,
Brown Sugar is brilliant to me.
Brown Sugar is brilliant.
Yeah, it's just brilliant.
I've noticed that. Well, most artists, to me, and it holds true with most of them, their best album is their first album.
Usually.
Because it's more them. Their first album is more them. The second,
well, and then it's
second
what you got to do. That first album is the one that you have to get right, or you don't get the second album.
Right.
So that's why it's so good a lot of times, because you're like, I'm gonna pour it all into this first one. Now I don't know what's gonna happen after this, but the first one's gonna be amazing, and it was. Every song, to me, it's a no skip album. You don't have to. You just push play and let it go, and you're good to go. But yeah, it's the blueprint, and it's the blueprint for neo soul.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one that everybody kind of follows. So, because I had an interesting conversation the other day with people saying, you know, well, is D'Angelo the true king of neo soul, or is it Maxwell? And I said it was D'Angelo because of I just think D'Angelo was pure at it. I think there was a point where Maxwell, though he is very neo soul, it got kind of popish and got kind of.
I feel like D'Angelo was more soulful, more, for lack of a better term, more hood. Whereas
he was more hood.
Whereas Maxwell's more artsy. It's more refined.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and it's not a knock on either one of them because they're both spectacular.
Brilliant.
I mean,
they're brilliant.
Maxwell's. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah. I just think that's the difference between the two of them.
No question about it. No question about it. And by the way, crazy to me that he and Angie Stone are both gone in the same year. I didn't even realize. In my head, I thought Angie Stone died last year. In my head, that's how long this year's been. In my head, I had already put Angie Stone's death into last year's in memoriam, and and then somebody reminded me, no, that was March 1st of this year. I was like, oh God, wow, didn't remember that. But yeah, that's crazy. So thoughts and prayers to his family for sure, his son and daughters and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's a wild moment in our lives that. Another one of our icons is that's crazy that we've lost so many iconic singers in such a short amount of time.
And at young ages.
Young ages.
D'Angelo's 51.
Yeah.
You're older than me.
yeah, he's the same age as me. So that's crazy. But yeah, we've lost a lot. So definitely want to send that love to D'Angelo. Had to get that out. Okay. Other than that. And watching a ton of football this weekend, which I cannot wait to do. I got nothing else. What do you got? You got any shout outs or what we doing?
I'll shout out U of L men's basketball. They had their media day yesterday. This team is a funny team.
Already.
They are a funny team. They love calling each other. Oh, the funny was that, and plus they have a bunch of international players who are adjusting. Moving from Greece and Germany to Louisville, Kentucky.
That's a big jump.
It's a big jump. They are funny. They his name is Kobe Rogers. Now Kobe Rogers, he came to Louisville from Charleston with Pat Kelsey. He's a 5th-year senior, and he's calling Javon Hadley old. Javon Hadley is a 6th-year senior. So no, they're funny. And then Sanando Fru, who comes from Germany, we asked him what's his favorite Louisville food that he's found, and his answer was Chipotle. To which we went and asked Vangelis Zougris, who's from Greece, what his favorite food is that he's found since he's been here. His first answer was candy. Then I told him that Sanando said Chipotle. He goes, oh, yeah, that queso's fire.
I'm not sure people that work at Chipotle say their queso is fire.
Right. Chipotle is not exactly known for their queso, but
that's not what I would say is at the top of their list. But
the vision of this big, strong guy from Greece, and he looks like Greece.
Yeah.
And he goes, calling something fire. I was like, you've been Americanized quick.
Yeah, it didn't take long. It did not take long.
And so
listen, from Chipotle to fire, that's a significant cultural change.
So
when you add those to your lexicon,
right.
That's a significant change.
So when we're interviewing him, they call him Zoo for short. Hadley, Michael Brown, and Kobe Rogers are all standing there. And my guy Preston, who works with WLKY here, said, which one of them can you beat one-on-one? And Zoo goes, which one of them can I not beat one-on-one?
Wow.
So this team has a lot of characters, and so they should be fun to cover this year.
They should be. I think I'm looking forward to. My goal is to make a couple of trips home this winter. And so,
Michael Brown, for a freshman, for all the hype he's getting, is as mature as a freshman I have ever talked to. He's a super mature, thoughtful kid. I mean, this kid's already doing charity work in Louisville. He's a freshman.
Yeah.
This kid gets it.
He's everything that you thought and hoped that he would be. And
you can tell the Donovan Mitchell influence in this kid.
Yes,
there are a lot of similarities in there, the way they come across.
I was going to say he is the 2.0. He is the 2.0. And you can tell that he's in his ear.
Yeah. I mean, Donovan was the main recruiter for him.
He's in his ear. He's in his ear saying the right things. And the kid is, and to his credit, he's listening.
Yeah.
He's listening. So that's there.
Because the thing about Donovan's one of my favorite people that I've ever covered, or just of all time, because he's just, if you ever get to meet Donovan Mitchell, he is as nice as people come, especially for all the hype, and he is as nice as nicest person as you'll ever meet.
I'm thrilled for Donovan where he is, not just in his career, but in his life period. He seems very happy. Yeah. Which sometimes is hard to find for a lot of players. I'm looking at you, KD. It's hard for them to find that peace. And he seems to be finding that peace, which is nice.
And he comes back. I mean, he came back. He came back for a football game. Not only did he come back, he came back and practiced with the team. Like laced him up and practiced with the team. Like,
I saw that video.
He's super involved when he does come back. He doesn't come back and just show his face and say, "Hi, I'm Donovan Mitchell." He comes back and like legit runs with the team. So,
but shout out also to Pat Kelsey, who understands the benefit of having a Donovan Mitchell in your camp, like squarely
and as much of a no-brainer as that sounds, you'll be surprised how many coaches do not embrace the former players.
Well, the prior three, I don't think any of them did. Like, not to the way that you thought they would.
Yeah, including Patino, to be honest.
Well, I'm including him in the group, but
one of Rick's flaws was anything pre-Rick did not matter.
Did not
want to hear about it.
Yeah, they were not his guys.
Right.
Those were not his guys.
I think he's a little softened on that at St. John's because Lou Carnesecca meant so much to St. John's.
Yeah, you can't.
Denny Crum was more successful than Lou Carnesecca, but he was like that here. I don't know if he's still like that up there, but he definitely was like that here.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. He went and took BP with the baseball team. Well, he grew up. He grew up baseball. He'll tell you, Donovan didn't start taking basketball seriously until like his junior or senior year in high school.
I feel like he'd made a really solid baseball player.
And so his dad worked for the Mets organization, so he grew up baseball.
I feel like he'd have made a really solid.
If you look at his build, he's built like a baseball player.
I was gonna say he's built like a baseball player. he's kind of. Yeah, I agree with you, Al B. He is definitely one of the classiest guys and greatest representations of Louisville.
And you can see his influence on Michael Brown.
Can't wait to see how this season turns out for those guys. But we'll get into that sometime next week. We'll talk about.
They play Kansas next Friday.
Oh, then we'll do it next Thursday. We'll have to do it next Thursday, and that's exhibition, right?
Exhibition game. Yeah, my Friday night next Friday is U of L hosting Kansas and Kentucky hosting Purdue.
Though it won't, that's crazy. Though it won't feel like an exhibition at all. It'll feel like very much like
because we asked Kelsey if they're gonna play it straight up or is it gonna be like a practice, because they can do whatever they want. They don't have to play 40-minute, 35-second shot clock. And Kelsey was like, yeah, he's like, if we wanted to, we could play 24-second shot clock. We could go out there and say we're gonna run this sets and this sets, and he's like, but Coach Self hadn't reached out to him, and he hadn't reached out to Coach Self about what they want to do. He said, so as far as it goes, as of yesterday, they're playing straight up. So I've got a feeling these exhibition games are going to be straight up, because
I think so too. I think that's the best gauge to see where you are.
Right.
Just to see where you are. You want to know.
Especially given Kentucky and Louisville situations where they play each other on November 11th.
I was going to say, the Bullets.
So you want to go ahead and get in some live action against the top
Bullets
team.
start flying very early for both those teams, very fast. So they need to know exactly what they need to work on immediately. So there you go. My shout outs is just to you and me and Charlie, trying to navigate where we are currently in our media and coaching worlds. This is, if you guys only knew behind the scenes the madness that is occurring in all of our lives. It's good madness. It's great madness, but it's madness. It is wild right now. So it is a true labor of love to continue to do this and to still do it at a high level is that. So I want to give you guys all the love and the shout outs that you deserve. But it's crazy right now. Listen, God bless this cup. It's been so good to me these last.
See, I'm not even a coffee drinker, so that's why you see me yawning all through the show.
You're fighting a good fight, though, Kenny. And I'm proud of you. You're fighting a good fight, and I'm very proud of you. Okay, so yeah, just everybody enjoy your week. It should be another phenomenal sports weekend. Be prepared for the unexpected. I think there's going to be some things, especially in NFL. This NFL week looks very interesting.
Every week we talked about it, not to get off on another tangent, but me and my buddy John Lewis was talking about it. You'll look at the NFL slate some weeks, like last week, and be like, yeah, this week, this slate of games does not look interesting.
It doesn't.
And then around 3:30 every week, it's insane.
You're like, how the hell did that happen? Like, I don't even know how that team
lost.
The
Red Zone calling it the witching hour could not be more accurate. Because I mean, their slogan: "Wins turn to losses, and losses turn to wins." It's crazy. The witching hour every Sunday at 3:30 and at 6:30.
You know what game has me the most intrigued? And this is going to sound wild when I say this. You guys are going to be like, what? The Dolphins and the Browns. And only because I know somebody's got to win that. I'm just curious.
Not necessarily, because Dallas and Green Bay tied.
Which, by the way, would be the most Dolphins and Browns thing to happen. That one of them would
T's
be.
And P's go out to Tua Tagovailoa in that game with that offensive line going against Myles Garrett. T's and P's, my brother.
It doesn't feel like it's going to end well. It doesn't.
It feels like it's going to end.
It feels like an end is near. It's oh boy. See, don't do that. Don't do that, Chad. Your boys are being fine. They're playing okay. They'll be fine.
I agree with you, Chad. I hadn't worn Cowboys gear all season.
Really?
Last week I wore a Cowboys hoodie to Kroger, and sure enough,
and that did it.
And in my mind, I knew.
Cowboy fans, y'all are rough, boy. Y'all are
and
rough.
I totally expect. And you know what? I kind of expect them to beat Washington this week.
Yeah,
that's a game the Carolina game is a game the Cowboys always lose, and the
It'll be a
Washington
shootout,
game,
though. I think it'll be a shootout.
Well, every
though.
game Dallas is going to be in is going to be a shootout. That defense.
Yeah, they can't stop anybody. It's crazy.
And I was looking across that they don't have a great roster on defense, but it shouldn't be this bad. So I'm looking at Eberflus, and I'm like, bro, you one and done, and you may not even get the full one.
At some point, folks got to be honest about what's really taking place. Eberflus thought he was going to have Michael Parsons, so everything he planned for this season included Michael Parsons. He has no post Michael Parsons plan.
That does not make up for 4th and 2, and obviously Carolina's going to throw it, and your DB's 8 yards off the receiver.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying
ain't got nothing to do with Michael Parsons.
but my point is, and I understand what you're saying, but you're also making my point. Because in his mind, when he started the season, I'm never gonna have to worry about that 4th and 2 because Michael Parsons is gonna get to the quarterback. Well, now he ain't got a Michael Parsons plan. There is no Michael Parsons. Somebody's gonna get to the quarterback plan. He don't even know who that person is gonna be. Consistently.
We're in week 6 or 7. Michael Parsons ain't been there all year. You've had time to adjust. And it wasn't like he was practicing with Michael Parsons in the preseason because he wasn't practicing.
So what are we finding out about Eberflus? That maybe it's not as great as the hype. Some of these guys that get crowned the gurus of this and the gurus of that, anybody can be a guru if Myles Garrett is your defensive end or Max Crosby or TJ Watt. You look phenomenal. But when you remove those guys out, can you still be the same coach? That's the real question.
There's not a guy. There's not 2 guys in the NFL who deserve more from their team than Max Crosby and Myles Garrett. They do not deserve to be on those teams.
No.
They do not deserve that. I love those dudes.
I just said earlier this week, the Browns have wasted the talent of 2 legendary players in Joe Thomas and Myles Garrett. Those are 2 guys.
I have a little less sympathy for Myles Garrett because he asked for a trade.
He had a chance.
He was like,
he had a chance.
So yeah, you kind of get what you deserve there. But like Max Crosby, Max Crosby's kind of in that same boat. But Max Crosby, he's not a money thing with him. Max just loves playing for the Raiders.
Yeah, he does.
And he is a Raiders. You look up Raiders and Max Crosby is the picture. Myles Garrett, though, he was out. Have been gone.
He was out. He was halfway out the door, and then decided, well, a guaranteed contract could do that to you, though. That'll make you stay.
He would have got the guaranteed contract anywhere.
I think so too, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't think he would. I don't know. Maybe he didn't think he would.
I don't know, but that guy.
I don't know why he didn't think he would, but I would have. But anyway,
those 2 dudes deserve so much better from the organization.
So much better. Shout out to Dylan Gabriel too, by the way.
He's right.
No, yeah,
he's right. He's a rookie.
Dylan Gabriel is also
Kevin
James.
He's playing like a rookie quarterback. I'll give him some slack, and he plays for the Browns.
Right, I can't now that part I can't listen. That part I can't blame him for because he's in an organization that can't develop quarterbacks.
Right, and they had one and they let him go because he got hurt.
Yeah. When you've had 41 quarterbacks in the last 10 years, it's you. You're the problem.
Look at Baker Mayfield,
who is the clear-cut MVP right now.
Mm-hmm.
That dude had I don't know who he was throwing to Sunday.
Neither did he.
I was like, who is that? I think there was a point where Baker was like, listen, during this next break, I need y'all to put name tags on because I don't know who
He's just throwing at people who are on the same clothes as he does.
Right. Is that guy? That guy looks open.
But shout out to the OC because those guys were open.
They were open.
I don't know who their OC is now, but he's doing a hell of a job because those guys were open.
Yeah, they were wide open. Tez Johnson looked like doggone Mike Evans.
Right.
Ironically, he looked like Mike Evans. So anyway, we got to get out of here. Y'all be good. Enjoy your weekend. It's gonna be a fun weekend tomorrow night, man.
FAMU homecoming.
Shout out to FAMU. Shout out to Lil Boosie. Wipe me down. Wipe me down.
Him and Juvenile will be performing them songs long after they go.
Long after they go, brother. Long after they go. All right, y'all. We out here. Peace out. Cue the whistle.